All right, here's our stretching in the meditation flow. So I'll have you begin open space if you can.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll start with head to toe mobility. So we're
Yeah.
gonna keep the eyes open for this first one, but your hands can be wherever they want to be right now. Maybe they want to be on the hips, maybe one on the chest, one on the belly. And we're going to start with moving, and then we'll move into some breath work to help activate our core and our inner unit, and then we'll move into the meditation. So we're going to start with looking up with an inhale. Let the eyes go as far back as possible. Exhale, look down. You can move at your own pace. We're going to do 3 to 5 of these. See if you can bring a small micro bend into the knee, into the hips, so we're not hyperextending, but we're keeping things loose. Exhale, lower the chin down. Lengthen the back of the neck. When you're ready, inhale again. Let the eyes go as far back as possible. Exhale, lower down. For this next one, at your own pace, we'll go ear to shoulder. So we're just looking for that side flexion. Inhale, come back up with the head. Exhale as it drops to the other shoulder. For this, you can reach your opposite hand away from your body as you move through it. 3 to 5 total for each of these. And that will add a little more tension on the neck. You can play with the angle of the neck, so maybe your chin tucks down, maybe your arm goes back a little bit further, and just stay connected with your breath as you move through this. Maybe you want your chin to turn up as you reach. Good. After you're done with those, we're going to come into upper thoracic and cervical
Mm-hmm.
rotation. So we're focusing on the upper shoulders, the chest. So we're thinking about reaching the clavicles apart as wide as they can go. As we come forward, we're making the back as wide as possible, bringing the top of the shoulders together in the front. Rotate back, open up the clavicles, and you can go and make this however you need for your body. So maybe it's not full rotations right now. Maybe it's just partial rotations, or maybe you're bringing the elbows in towards one another. Inhale as you reach the chest up, you're lengthening, you're extending. Exhale as you flex together or come closer to the body into that fetal position. You can bring the arms out wide, and we can come through more of like a CT Lewitt
Mm.
arm. So this is a mobility where we rotate one thumb down as we rotate the other one away from the body. So we're doing this opposite movement with the hands. And you can do this at different diagonals, but you want to look towards the hand that's facing down. And that can be a little bit of a brain game to figure out.
Uh,
So
Look
you
toward the
can,
hand that's facing down.
yeah, so you can look at the hand that's facing down, your other thumb will face up. So we're just looking to completely move. And we're reaching through our shoulders as we do this. Whew. If you need to let them down, you can shake it out. Good job. Woo, woo, woo. Awesome. We'll come more into the thoracic and we'll bring the hands about chest level. And we want to just move our belly button, keep our hips facing forward, come back to neutral, gentle twist. We're squeezing all the muscles so that we're moving from our muscles and not from our bones. So remember, muscles are for movement, bones are for structure. Incorporating your breath, whatever feels good for that part of your body. Excellent. Once you feel good there, we're going to come into the hips. So we're going to reach the hips back and like we're in a SpongeBob film, we're going to bring it around town. Dating myself with my age there.
Oh, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, bring it around town. Yeah, in any place you feel something, maybe you want to spend a little more time there, go back and forth. Absolutely let yourself do that. Keep the knees slightly bent. You can let your chest come all the way down as your hips go back. Rotate, let your upper body go back as your hips go forward. When you feel ready, you can switch directions. And don't forget to breathe as you move. Awesome. Great. From here, we're going to come into a straddle position. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see this better. We're going to bring one hand down to the floor. We reach our hips back, so we push our hips back. Our weight goes slightly over towards the back of the heels, midfoot. You're going to squeeze your lower belly towards the spine. Keep a small curve in your lumbar back. So if you're rounded here, we want to try to reach your belly button up towards, or your lower back in towards your belly button. And then you're going to rotate up towards the ceiling, lower down, other arm is going to go up, rotate up towards the ceiling, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go at a pace that feels good for your body. And just be aware, be open to the sensations, what is going on in your body, how that feels, what feels open, what feels closed. Good job. Nice.
Oh. Every time I put a hand down, I pet the cat.
That's perfect.
She's right under me.
She's like, oh yeah, I like this. And then we're gonna come down towards the knees. So for this first one, we're just gonna go left to right. So instead of letting the ankle like uh fall in, like you're rolling the ankle in or out, we want to keep it very strong from the joints, the knee joint all the way through the ankle joint. So we're coming on the knife edge of the feet, and we're keeping a strong line from the ankle to the knee. So you can see here, like I'm really on those edges. I'm not rolling my ankles. I'm keeping them strong. I'm keeping my toes flexed up towards my kneecap to help with that. Keep my knee stable. And just explore the range of motion left to right. And try to keep the knees apart. Don't let them fall in towards one another. Nice and strong. Maybe you feel some clicking. That's all right. Good. From here, we're gonna go into knee circles. So we're gonna keep the hips back. Hands can come on the knees. We're going to roll through. So we're gonna roll the knees forward as we press the knees back, still keeping a micro bend in the knees. Really good. Go the other direction once you're ready. Really great job. Maybe you hear some snap, crackle, pops. That's all right.
Not yet.
Not yet. Good, good. Then from here, we're going to do figure eights with the knees. So we're going to start with one knee. It's going to bounce to this other knee. You'll go out and around, and then you're going to make a figure eight. So from left knee to right knee. And you can play with the shape, how far you go, how wide, how fast. Your hips can get into it as well. And then reverse it when you're ready. Good.
The second direction's weird.
It is weird.
It's like fighting against doing it almost.
That's a really good awareness, the body talking. So then you can practice that more. All right. And then from there, we'll shake it out. Woo! We'll come onto one foot. We're going to balance. If you need to, you can have your other foot down, but we'll do some ankle and wrist circles. So instead of keeping one hike or hip height, try to lower that hip down as you pull the standing leg femur up into the hip socket, keeping a neutral pelvis. And then you can go through the rolls. And we either want to do fists closed or fists open, whichever one right now, up to you. You can reverse directions, go the opposite way. Whee! Press down to the big toe, pinky toe, back two corners of the heels. You reach up through that standing leg arch. When you're ready, you can step or hop to the other foot. Find that position, pull that femur up, have the other knee ready to go. And if your palms were closed, now you'll open them and you want to reach through your fingers entirely through the wrists. You can even do a little circle at the kneecap as well, if that's not too much for the brain. Reverse directions once you're ready to go. That feels good on the left knee. Woo, good. Once you're done, shake it out again. So that's some really nice mobility we get to do. And then for some stretches, we can always go, how are your shoulders doing?
Decent. Like I
Good.
can do this.
Sweet. So we'll come back and around with the hands. They'll clasp each other. We'll take another like wide stance with the legs. We'll reach the hips back. And as you let the head come down, reach the hands overhead and away from the body. And if you want, you can keep them here, or you can open up the palms, reach the palms towards the wall behind you, or behind the head, in front of you, I suppose. Ooh, and you should feel that in the shoulders.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Ooh. Yeah. And you can play with protracting and retracting the shoulders. So reaching the hands away, pulling them back in. Awesome job. When you feel ready, you can inhale, come back up to stand. Slowly undo that. And then I'll have you do that the other direction. So whatever way you clasp your hands, put them the other way. So if your left hand was first, the first finger was over the right first finger, just switch that. And you'll do the same thing. So inhale, nice and long. Exhale, reach the hips back. Clasp the hands. Reach the palms forward. And woo, low bend in the knees. Oh yeah. Open up. Whew. Awesome. All right. Really good. Once you're ready, you can inhale, come on back up. Fabulous. Nice. We're gonna do something that's interesting for the legs and will help with
Mhm.
internal rotation. So we're gonna come into a slightly hinged position and we want it so that our lower back, it's like we're sticking our tailbone up a good
Mhm.
amount. And we are going to take our hands on the top of our thighs. You're going to feel like you're rolling the inner thighs back, so your hands are helping make that motion happen. So now you're feeling like you're pushing your femurs back without losing the position of your hips. That you might feel like your arches lift up slightly as you do this,
Mhm.
and you want to feel like you're dragging, like you're gonna kick, oh, like you're a horse, like your feet off the ground without lifting your feet up off the ground. So the hands are here. And you're just gonna go left to right, feeling like you're bringing in that motion, pressing into the thighs, pressing into the femurs, feeling that inner thigh activate. Nice. How's that?
It's good.
Feels
Feel
where did
stretch.
stretch. Cool. And this is like a back of the leg toner. So any
Yeah.
fluid, cellulite that gets built up back there, it's just tissue collecting fluids and it has nowhere to go really. So by activating this, we really help with our posture. We help with our stance, our pelvic health, the lower tummies,
Mhm.
our bum, our legs. Good. Once you feel ready, you can come out of that. Is there a
Nice.
stretch that you would like to go into?
I always like to squat. It feels really good to like squat all the way down
Yeah,
for my lower back like
love that.
that and then
Cool.
disappear for a second.
Yep. Goodbye. Awesome.
And
Yes.
then I have like my elbows pushing my knees out and my
Fabulous.
hands in the little prayer position and looking up.
Yay. Saying a prayer for yourself, for the life you live,
Mhm.
for the wedding that's coming next week.
Oh my gosh.
That's so crazy.
Exciting.
That's awesome. I remember in our first call a year and some months ago, you wanted to be married. You wanted to be a mom. And now you're like a huge step closer next weekend.
Yeah. That's good. Kitty. Hi.
All
She's
right.
loving this
Woo, I bet. She's like, I'm getting all the pets right now.
and playing with my hair when it's close to her.
Oh, good. Any other stretches that you'd like to go through right now?
Um, I almost feel like I need to like bend the other way too, like bend back a little,
Mm-hmm. You could
like
do that
sticking
same
my
thing
hips
with your
out.
hands and reach back. Or you could come down onto the knees if you wanted something a little less aggressive. And you could reach one hand up as you reach back towards your heel and do a
Mhm.
side bend. Inhale, come on back up. Exhale. Always
Oh,
count.
that's good.
Whew. Nice. All right. Any other stretches you'd like?
Mm, I feel good.
Excellent. All right. Well, we'll sit and we'll do some breath work. Unless you want to stand, totally an option to stand. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna sit so you can see me, my face. And we're just gonna do a little bit of breath of fire. Well, actually, let's do alternating nostril breathing instead of breath of
That's
fire. I feel like that's a little bit more the vibe right now. So,
cool.
how we do that
Mhm.
is you can do it with one hand, you could do it with two hands. How I like to do it is that we clear our nose, and if you have a stuffy nose, this will help to negate that, but just be mindful. If you feel like you're not getting enough air, please give yourself enough air. So I like to
Mhm.
take my first finger and place it on my nose, and then my middle finger goes on one nostril. The thumb will go on the other nostril. If you have different fingers that you'd like to use for this, absolutely go
Mhm.
for it. Or you could just do me, that. Yep, exactly. You'll find your rhythm. But we're going to start by coming into a 5-second inhale, a 5-second exhale. We'll pause for 1 to 2 seconds in between. So, how we will come into this is we'll have our hand ready. We will close off the right nostril. We'll inhale into the left for that 5 seconds. Pause, 1, 2, switch the fingers over. Now the right is open. Exhale, 5 seconds. Pause for a moment. Inhale through the right. Pause, switch. Exhale out the left. And then you'll inhale through the left. Pause. Exhale right. Inhale right. And we'll go in that pattern. And we're going to do that for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to set my timer on my phone so that you can drop into this space as we go through this. And do you feel like you have a good grip on that breath? Cool. Perfect.
Yes.
So we will drop into our breathing. So we can start with like 5 normal breaths of circular breathing, and then I'll invite your hand up and we'll go into that practice. So we'll begin by closing the eyes if you feel comfortable doing so, and just begin to come into awareness with your breath on your next inhale opportunity. Bring it to 5 seconds. Pause at the top. Exhale, 5 seconds. Pause at the bottom. Inhale. When you're ready, exhale. Just inhaling in a fluid motion into the belly, into the chest. Exhale out of the belly, out of the chest. If you feel like you naturally want to make that a longer inhale and exhale, feel free to do so. When you're ready, we will bring the hand to the nose, and on your next inhale, we'll close off the left nostril. Get ready to inhale into the right. And this is now on your own pace. We'll be here for 5 minutes. As we come to the end of the 5 minutes, you can find yourself exhaling out of the nostril that you started inhalation on, and that will finish our breathing for today.
Okay.
Anything you notice with that alternating nostril breathing?
I was a lot more aware of like the thumb side pushing on my nose. Like I would be like, oh, I breathed through the right. Did I? That's left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is my left. Then I'd be like, yep, that's the other side. Mm,
Awesome. And then, did you have one nose that was
spicier.
clogged at all?
My right side feels more clogged or felt more clogged than my left.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like it got easier to breathe as you went through it?
Yeah, I'm more open now.
Mm-hmm. My right side was more clogged than my left.
Yeah.
And then for the meditation, would you like to do a like Qi Gong, like the Tai Chi ruler, but we could do a different movement, like a moving meditation, or do you want to do a seated meditation?
Moving because we just sat down.
Fantastic. All right, so we'll do a 8 minute gong or make 8 minute practice just because we have a few minutes left here.
Mhm.
So I'll have you stand and we will go through the breathing squat. So we're going to also bring in our arms with it and we'll let our arms come down. So I'll step back here again and we'll get started. And then the Zoom will end pretty much once we reach our timer,
Okay.
just so you know. All right. So we're gonna start by inhaling the arms up and exhale. The hands will come down as slow as you'd like, and as they come down towards the hips, you can go into a squat. Inhale as you're ready to come up. And you can play with your stance, you can close your eyes. The slower you move, the more energy you will cultivate, or the more chi. If you feel your heart rate increase at all, please slow down your movements. You need to take an extra breath, take it at the bottom or at the top of the movement. A reminder about the breath. We're breathing into our belly, then into our chest on the inhale. On the exhale, we're drawing the belly button towards the spine, squeezing the air out. On the inhale, looking to expand the rib cage, the lower back, as well as the belly and the chest. As you move, listening to your body, noticing any sensations, letting yourself go as deep or as shallow as it feels good for you. Continue for one more minute, moving as slow as you can. While you're here, affirming your foundation, acknowledging how safe you are in your body, how secure you are in your choice, in your dream, in your resources. On your next exhale, you can end at a standing position. Give yourself a few moments to come back into the space. Thank your body. And we will end our call here,
Mm,
knowing that you can come back to this practice at any time.
yeah, that felt really nice. It went by fast.
That was really fast. That was a very, very fast 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, thank
awesome.
you, Steph. That was an awesome call.
Thanks. Thank
Yeah.
you.
This will be up
I
on the
appreciate
school
it.
in a few
Great.
minutes, so you can come back to it during the week.
Awesome.